Hello everyone, and today I will be showing you how to install Samba. So we can first start off saying what is Samba. So Samba is just a software suite that allows Windows and Linux computers to share files over a network. So the Samba lets Linux act like a Windows server, so the Windows servers can, like I said, access shared folders on the Linux system. To start off, we will have to install Samba. So we do yum install Samba -y. So now our Samba is finished installing. So now we're going to start the program. So systemctl start smb, and I'm going to enable it. So systemctl enable smb. And now we're going to check the status of it. So it is now active and running. So now we are going to create shared directories. So we're going to create two directories using mkdir /data and then mkdir /value. So we created the two separate share folders to practice and demonstrate the different permission setups. So this will let you test the read or write access control in Samba. So seeing how the permissions differ depending on the user. So let's just say, for example, if you're in a department or have project folders, you can use the data for marketing or the value for HR. So now we're going to create the system user. So you're going to do add user space -- system share user, and then we're going to do the same thing again, but share user 1. So we created two system users who will access the Samba shares. So now we're going to set the ownership using true chown -R share user space /data. I'm going to do the same thing again, but for user 1, and change data to value. So this just gives each owner gives each user ownership of their respective folder. So Shyanne changes who owns the folder, and the R just means recursive, so apply to the folder and everything inside of it. So now the data belongs to the share user and the value belongs to share user 1. So now we're going to set the SE-Linux context. So you're going to do chcon -R T Samba _share _t /data. And we're going to do the same again, but instead of data, we use value. So the chcon changes the SE security context. So when you use the SE Linux is active, it controls which services can access which files. And the T just means to change the type of security label to the Samba files. So without it, the Linux might block the Samba from accessing the folders, even though the permissions are correct. So now we're gonna configure the Samba settings. So you can type vim etc backslash Samba backslash SMB dot config. I'm just going to go to the bottom. So you press I to edit. So now we do the brackets. That is right by the curly braces. You're going to put data on the inside. Enter. So you're going to do path equals backslash data. Right list equals share user. Read list equals share user and share user 1. Browsable equals yes. Force user equals to share user and valid users equals to share user. You're going to press enter and move down to value. So you're going to do the same thing again. So value inside the brackets, enter. You press tab to get this little space in here. So you're going to do everything again. So path equals backslash value. Right equals share user 1. Read list equals to share user and share user 1. Browsable equals to yes. And valid users is equal to share user 1. So you press escape, semicolon WQ to quit. So this just defines who can read or write on the network. So the folders that are visible in network and with users are valid for each. So the path is where the shared folder is located. The write list is users who can edit, create, and delete. The read is for users who can only read. The browsable makes it visible on the network. The force user, any access that uses the user permission, and the valid user is who can access the access the share. So now we're going to create the Samba passwords for the user. So SMB password -A to share user. I'm going to do the same again for share user 1. And now we're going to do the same thing again, but instead of A, we put in E. So it enables, and we're going to add a 1. So the A adds the user Samba to the database, and the E just enables it. So both users can connect to the Samba using their username and password. So now after doing all of this, we have to restart the SMB and the NMB. So the SMB just means the NetBIOS name system. So use system CTL restart SMB and NMB. So now we're going to enable it again. So system CTL enable SMB and SMB. So now that is done here, we go to our files on our system. Just gonna make it a bit smaller here. So in this search bar, you're going to put the IP address of your CentOS machine. So // 192.168.100.20 / again, enter. So we are getting a error message. So let us go back into our CentOS and see if we can see what that message is coming from. So we're going back into our Vim. We press I to edit. So we're just going to add an S here by the valid users and see if that helps. So now we're just gonna restart the service, and now we're going to enable it. So now we are going to go back to our file and type the command again, / 192.168.100.20. We see that we have another error within the configure file. So just have right. We're supposed to have right list equals. So you're gonna try resetting the SMB. And we're gonna enable it. And we're gonna check the status. Okay, so no error message. So now we're gonna go back to our system, our file system. We're gonna type it in again. So continuing from the error, I've also added the Samba to the firewall using the firewall CMD command and add it permanently. And then the firewall reload to reload the firewall. So now when we go to our files and we type back our IP address for the CentOS, this is what we want to see. The enter the network credentials. So this is where you enter your the share user that we have set up. So the share user and our password. information. So we have the data and we have the values. So in the share user, you can edit files in the data, but not in the value. So go to data, you can add like a new folder or a text file, and you press back. But in value, they will ask for our credentials again. So if we want to log in as our other user, we'll have to go to our run command. And type in temp. And we just delete all these files here. And then we run it again. And this time we do the percentage signs on both sides and then temp. And we just delete. So we type net use star backslash delete. We tap Y. So the command is now that we have used the net use asterisk backslash delete, we can now not edit, but we'll go into our next user. So backslash 192.168.100.20 backslash. And it asks us for our credentials. So now we add in the next credentials for the share user 1. We enter the password. And here we are, share user 1. So in share user 1, you can edit any value, but only read from the data. So going to our value, you can just like add a folder or a text file. It's there. But you have to enter our credentials to go into the data. So again, if you want to log into your next user, you will go into your run command. The 2% temp, you will delete everything inside of it. You would run it again in your run command, open. So we're using temp again, but without the percentage sign, and delete everything inside of here. And then we go to our CMD and we type net use asterisk space backslash delete, enter, and you will click yes or Y. And once it's deleted, you will not be able to log back in as your other user.